Have you ever wondered what history's greatest minds sipped while shaping the world? From fearless leaders to legendary writers, today we're counting down the 50 most famous historical figures and their favorite drinks. Some are classy, some are strong, and some are pretty weird. So grab a drink, sit back, and let's dive in. 50. Princess Diana, Peach Bellini Diana, the people's princess, loved peach bellinis, a refreshing mix of peach puree and Prosecco. 49. John F. Kennedy, Bloody Mary JFK, the 35th U.S. President, enjoyed a Bloody Mary, especially at Sunday brunches. 48. Andy Warhol, Coca-Cola Warhol, the pop art icon, famously said, "Coca-Cola is the drink of the masses." 47. Ian Fleming, Martini. The creator of James Bond loved a classic martini, shaken, not stirred. 46. Marilyn Monroe, Champagne. Monroe adored Dom Perignon champagne, often drinking it at Hollywood parties. 45. Catherine the Great, vodka. The Russian Empress was known for her love of vodka, Russia's national drink. 44. Henry VIII, ale. The English king drank ale daily, even banning water at royal feasts. 43rd. Queen Victoria, Scotch whiskey. Queen Victoria enjoyed Scotch whiskey mixed with claret wine. 42. Julius Caesar, Posca, vinegar wine. Caesar and his Roman soldiers drank Posca, a mix of vinegar, water, and herbs. 41. Cleopatra, honey wine. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, loved honeyed wine, a staple of ancient Egypt. 40. Sigmund Freud. Coffee. Freud relied on strong black coffee, often paired with cigars. 39. Stephen Hawking. Champagne. Hawking celebrated milestones with champagne. 38. Carl Jung. Burgundy wine. Jung, a pioneer in psychology, enjoyed Burgundy wine. 37. Charles Darwin. Port wine. Darwin sipped port wine while writing On the Origin of Species. 36. Nikola Tesla. Whiskey. Tesla believed whiskey contributed to longevity. 35. Marie Curie. Hot chocolate Curie often drank hot chocolate during her late-night experiments. 34. Aristotle. Mead. Aristotle enjoyed mead, a honey-based fermented drink. 33rd. Socrates. Wine. Socrates debated ideas over Greek wine. 32. Isaac Newton. Apple cider. Newton's love for cider may have inspired his apple-related discoveries. 31. Albert Einstein. Red wine. Einstein enjoyed red wine as a way to relax. 30. Elvis Presley. Pepsi. Elvis preferred Pepsi over alcohol. 29. Johann Sebastian Bach. Bach loved beer so much he wrote a cantata about it. 28. Salvador Dali. Champagne. Dali believed champagne helped unlock his surrealist creativity. 27. Frida Kahlo. Tequila. Kahlo loved tequila, often enjoying it with friends. 26. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Punch and red wine. Mozart mixed punch with red wine. 25. Ludwig van Beethoven. Coffee, 60 beans per cup. Beethoven precisely measured 60 coffee beans per cup. 24. Michelangelo. Wine. Michelangelo called wine the secret to happiness. 23. Pablo Picasso. Pernod, anise liqueur. Picasso often drank Pernod, an anise-flavored liqueur. 22. Vincent van Gogh. Absinthe. Van Gogh's love for absinthe is legendary. 21. Leonardo da Vinci. Winey da Vinci owned a vineyard in Italy. 20. James Joyce. Irish whiskey. Joyce drank Jameson whiskey, a true Irish classic. 19. George Orwell. Stout beer. Orwell loved dark stout beers at English pubs. 18. Mark Twain. Bourbon. Twain believed bourbon was a drink for adventurers. 16. Charles Dickens. Punch. Dickens adored spiced punch, often serving it at gatherings. 15. Oscar Wilde. Absinthe Wilde called absinthe the green fairy of creativity. 14. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Gin Rickey. Fitzgerald loved gin Rickey, a mix of gin, lime, and soda. 13. Ernest Hemingway, mojito and daiquiri. Hemingway drank mojitos and daiquiris in Cuba. 12. Edgar Allan Poe. Brandy Poe often drowned his sorrows in brandy. 11. William Shakespeare, ale and sherry. Wine the Bard enjoyed ale and sherry wine. 10. Che Guevara, yerba mate. The Cuban revolutionary loved yerba mate, an Argentinian herbal tea. 9. Margaret Thatcher, whiskey. The Iron Lady sipped whiskey after long political days. 8. Mao Zedong, Baiju Mao drank Baiju, China's strongest liquor. 7. Vladimir Lenin, black tea. Lenin preferred Russian black tea over alcohol. 6. Theodore Roosevelt, mint julep. Teddy loved mint juleps, a mix of bourbon and meat. 5. Abraham Lincoln, water and coffee. Unlike most politicians, Lincoln avoided alcohol and drank water and coffee. 4. Thomas Jefferson, French wine. Jefferson imported fine Bordeaux and Burgundy wines. 3. George Washington, Madeira. Wine Washington loved Madeira wine, a Portuguese fortified drink. 2. Napoleon Bonaparte, Burgundy wine. Napoleon carried Burgundy wine into battle. 1. Winston Churchill, whiskey and soda. Churchill drank whiskey with a splash of soda, morning till night. Which of these drinks surprised you the most?